Sneasler is one of the new Hisuian Pokémon that got recently made available in Pokémon Scarlet Violet with the Pokémon Home compatibility update, and this Pokémon has quickly proven to be a massive problem in competitive singles, more specifically Smogon singles. Sneasler has already been voted on for a quick ban twice, and in both cases it got voted no ban. Although Sneasler is not banned, it is arguably the most controversial Pokémon in Gen 9 competitive singles by far as of right now. But why is Sneasler so controversial? Sneasler has amazing offensive stats with 120 base attack and 120 base speed, and it also has a good offensive typing with fighting poison. Sneasler is actually a pretty balanced Pokémon all things considered. Its offensive typing is not hard to deal with as it is walled by common ghost and poison types like Dragapult, Golden Go, Galarian Slowking and Toxapex. Sneasler does have access to Night Slash and Shadow Claw for coverage, but without a boost, these moves are still too weak to one-hit KO the aforementioned Pokémon. The real problem with Sneasler is its signature move Dire Claw. Dire Claw is a move that has an absurdly strong secondary effect, this being a 50% chance to paralyze, poison or sleep the target. Sneasler itself is actually not controversial at all, it's really Dire Claw, but since Dire Claw is a unique part of Sneasler, that makes Sneasler automatically controversial as well. Dire Claw is very controversial as the move is very luck based in favor of the user, has no drawbacks and is pretty spammable too. Dire Claw can easily turn around unwinnable games by sleeping the opponent or at a lesser extent paralyze them. This allows Sneasler to even beat hard counters like Toxapex. Outspeeding and revenge killing Sneasler is no easy feat either, as it acts to the ability Unburden, which doubles its speed stat when its health item is consumed. This is often paired with items like Air Balloon and Red Card, and in lesser extent Psychic and Grassy Seed. This means that even reliable revenge killers like Dragapult and Zamazenta the Hero can lose to it if Dire Claw gets lucky. Not to mention that Sneasler has Sword Stance to boost attack stat and set up a potential sweep, which it can freely do on slap targets. The random chance to sleep an otherwise good check or counter and win the game because you can now beat that counter is very uncompetitive, hence why the move is so controversial. Losing an entire game to one move getting lucky is not really any player's dream. Dire Claw also has very little counterplay as of right now. Only steel types like Golden Go and Corviknight can take Dire Claw, while also being able to take stab close combat. Another way to deal with Dire Claw is the item Covert Cloak, which makes the holder immune to secondary effects of the moves. Covert Cloak is however not the most commonly used item, but I do think it's a viable option nonetheless, especially on a Pokemon like Toxapex for example. The easy route would obviously be to just ban the move, after all that is the root of the problem. Smogon does however not really do complex bans like this, since Sneasler is the only Pokemon that can learn this move and is thus a part of its identity. Banning a single move would also open the doors for many other complex bans like this, and you could technically do this for every Pokemon until you get rid of everything they can do. Banning a move is not as simple as it may seem and could cause a lot of confusion, especially for newer or less experienced players. There also has to be some consistency in what gets banned or not, otherwise it gets very unorganized. Overall, while Sneasler is a strong but balanced Pokemon, Dire Claw is currently what pushes this Pokemon a little over the edge in terms of balance. I think the reason that this Pokemon has not been banned yet is because of how common both Golden Go and Slowking Galar are in the meta as of right now. Not to mention Dragapult, which can reliably revenge kill Sneasler if it is not boosted by Unburden. Let me know in the comments what you think about Sneasler and Dire Claw, and check out the videos on the screen. Thank you for watching and see you next time.